A very good evening to Sir Muhammad Safiza bin Abdullah. We will be presenting about the McDonald's company based on movie The Founder. For the introduction, my name is Raisu Hadamia binti Daniel Murugan Rajamani. My metric number is 2012404220. McDonald's company conceived as one of the world's largest fast food franchises. This burger brand began in 1940s in San Bernardino by Dick and McDonald. They started by selling hot dogs, and in 1948 they streamlining their operations and launched Speedy Service System. Ray Kroc, a native Chicagoan, left high school to join World War I Red Cross Ambulance Corps, but the war ended before his unit was sent overseas, with Ray returning home to make a living as a musician and then selling paper cups. In 1939, he became a multi-mixer sole dealer. In 1954, he delighted by anonymous order for 8 multi-mixers owned by Dick and McDonald restaurant. There, he was amazed at the efficiency of their services, and he found a simple yet effective format that enabled the brothers to produce enormous quantities of foods at low prices. Ray proposed they franchise their restaurants, claiming McDonald's formula was a ticket for success, but the brothers refused. Ray finally convinced the brothers, but in exchange, 1.4% of all sales and 0.5% of funnel would be returned to the brothers. Ray returned to his home with freedom to set up McDonald's restaurants nationally except in California and Arizona. He opened his first McDonald's restaurant in Des Plaines, Illinois on April 15, and he successfully sold 100 million burgers in 1958. In 1961, he persuaded the brothers to sell all the business rights. The brothers agreed, but in return, Ray had to pay 2.7 million US dollar and 1% of the company profits in future. Ray agreed to the terms, but the agreement should be carried out through handshakes. Ray convinced the brothers that they will get the royalty as they planned, and the brothers fall for him. As planned, the negotiations didn't go well, and the brothers lost all rights and royalties. The parting ways leading to Ray opening new franchise very close to the last remaining restaurant owned by the brothers. In the same year, Ray started a training program called Hamburger University in Elk Grove Village, Illinois. The franchisees were trained on proper method on running a successful McDonald's restaurant. Thank you.
Here is the summary of Ray plans upon the McDonald's. The first one is Ray franchising ideas. Ray expressed his franchise ideas to the McDonald's brother, but seems like they're not interested with it. It is because they have tried that ideas before and it is not going as well as the San Bernardino's restaurant. After a long talk, the brothers agreed upon the franchising ideas and gave Ray the right to use the McDonald method. Then he started looking up for the franchises. His first target is his old retired friends from his golf country club, and they seem less interested in it. Then he started to approach other people too. Ray successfully opened his first McDonald's in the Des Plaines, Chicago. The amount of McDonald's franchise kept rising up day by day. Despite the rising amount of the franchise, Ray still not able making the money. One day he met Harry Sonneborn. Harry asked to look at Ray's ledger and told Ray that he got his business model wrong. He is not in hamburger business, he actually in a real estate business. From that, Harry gave him a lot of tips and advice about businesses. According to all Harry's plan, Ray still clashed with the McDonald's brother agreement. Ray became more frustrated and wanted to control the business all alone. Thus, he bought the McDonald's for $2.7 million in 1961. As a term of agreement, the brothers had no right upon McDonald's name anymore. They were forced to change it to the Big M.
Good morning, sir. My name is Chinkachi. I'm going to present the part of organizing. Organizing is a function of management that determines an organization's structure and operating human resources to ensure the complements of objectives. The purpose of organizing is to distribute the resources and delegate tasks to personnel to achieve the goal and stable within the strategy planning stage. Based on the movie The Founder, Rickard has used the speedy system created by McDonald's brothers to start up his franchise. It was the world's first ever system to deliver fast food in 30 seconds and total renovation. By using this system, Rickard has done the work specializations, which is dividing work activity into separate job tasks which match with employer roles and fit to their abilities to let the business run smoothly. McDonald Corporation, which created by Rickard, is using the divisional organization structure. This structure is made up from separate business units which gives limited autonomy based on operational requirements. This is suitable for McDonald's Corporation, which owns 16,000 outlets around 50 states in America and 5 foreign countries. The advantage of using this structure is support monitoring and control the global operation, and the disadvantage is limited business facility. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Jagrup Singh, matrix number 2012402779, and today I'll be talking about my part, which is leading. Next, one of the leadership lessons that can be found in the movie The Founder is to work with the right people. The founder illustrates why it is important to work with the right people. Ray Kroc needed those who shared his own values and ideals. While Kroc manages to convince the McDonald brothers to go into partnership on a franchise model, it was clear they had different agendas and they were not a good match. The fault line soon appears as communication becomes strained and ultimately the relationship breaks down with unpleasant consequences. Other than that, he needed younger husband and wife teams to work hard and ones that shared the same goal and vision. Example: Kroc initially developed his own McDonald's and he ran it to the system, discovering some team members were not right for the job along the way, but there were also some in which he could see great potential. In addition to team members, prospective franchises were the greatest challenge. At the start, he brought on his wealthy friends to invest in franchises and realized that they were not the kind of people he needed to make McDonald's a nationwide success. Kroc had the realization that he needed younger husband and wife teams to work hard, people who wanted to get ahead in life because they wanted to ensure that the system was followed and taught more effectively than mature, more affluent franchisees.
My name is Nosara Fahana, metric number 201240384. Today I'm going to talk about the last stage of the management, which is controlling. Control is a function of management which helps to check errors in order to take corrective actions. This is done to minimize deviation from standard and ensure that the stated goals of the organization are achieved in a desired manner. The diagram shows the timing of control. It has input to processes to output. In input, they have feed-forward control, anticipate problems, processes, concurrent control, correct problems as they happen, output, feedback control, correct problems after they occur. The next slides will show some of the movie scenes from the founder that shows controlling. The first scene is when the McDonald's brothers observe on what challenge that they were facing when they tried to franchise when Ray Kroc came into their life. The challenge they had was the system were not bound to, but Ray Kroc believed on himself that he could guarantee the quality control around the system over the various store. So he decided to build his own McDonald's and ran the system with his very own way. He bought it in a very small town which in there do not have too many franchises as same as theirs. It makes them control the place of the franchise itself to prevent many other franchises. Ray Kroc ran his business smoothly. He soon enough saw that the company is facing problems such as the business that they saw as an investment. They did not paying attention on their business selling fried chicken, bad controlling system, and bad cleaners, and also the financial problem. The McDonald brothers taken seriously on the control of quality and workers. The amount of two pickles and shots of mustard and ketchup is the quality that they control on every business to make sure they serve the best quality. And for the worker, Fred Turner has catch Croc's attention with his magnificent work, and soon enough, Fred has become the CEO of McDonald on his 40. Concurrent control. Concurrent control is where the problems were corrected as they happen in the business. In the movie, the McDonald brothers spent hours designing their restaurant's layout by drawing each workplace or facility on tennis court with chalk. They tested each design iteration by having many teenagers walk through the motions of rapid food preparation. This hands-on approach surfaced numerous bottlenecks that would have been expensive to fix if they had waited until the store was built to test their theory. Feedback control that takes place after a work activity is done or corrects problems after the work occurs in plan. Ray Kroc reforming his management system actions and many more just to survive his business. For example, when Ray Kroc decided to bought properties to lease other franchises from their land. Moreover, they have solved their problems in controlling franchises and maintain a high standard. And if they ever breach the contract, they will have be immediately out from the contract.
Assalamualaikum and good day to my lecturer, Sir Muhammad Safizat Abdullah. My name is Nur Haslinda binti Anwar, matrix number 2012-40358. So in this assignment, I will be explaining the conclusion or the summary that we get based on the movie The Founder. Generally, there are 4 things that we can learn from the movie that we have watched. So firstly, let me get into the movie background. The Founder is directed by John Lee Hancock, and it portrays the story of a milkshake machine salesman, Ray Kroc, in his journey to make a small restaurant into the biggest fast food chain in the world. Ray Kroc joined the McDonald brothers to venture in their business and proceed to buy the company for $2.7 million US. Now, it is estimated that McDonald's have nearly over 38,000 franchises all over the globe with a brand value of 143.8 billion US dollar. So secondly, let's get into the first managerial input that we get. Persistent. Ray Kroc knows that success is a long and tough journey. He sets his vision right to make McDonald's a successful fast food chain. Although he faced a lot of hardships, but he knows that he can never give up, or else his dreams will just stay as dreams. Next is quality control. Everyone understands that when we buy something, no matter if it's cheap or expensive, we will have expectations on the quality of the product. Ray Kroc and the McDonald's brothers, they knew about it too, so that's why they are very precise in preserving good quality in their burgers. For example, they only need 2 pickles in one hamburger and a fixed shot of mustard and ketchup, and that is enough to preserve the quality of the business. Lastly, we have to be methodical and data driven. Sometimes it's not enough to just, watch with our own eyes. Sometimes numbers do speak. That's why the brothers took everything out of the menu and keep only those that brings the highest profit and revenue in their business. For example, they only keep hamburgers, fries, and pops after they found out that 87% of the revenue for the company, it only came from these 3 products. So that is all for my presentation. Thank you.